Hi everyone, welcome back to another gameplay of Infinitode 2. So welcome to another episode of the new account series. This is gonna be episode 29. And now last time I unlocked the loot frequency, you can see it, level 4. And now it's all about progressing through Endless and playing especially on 6.3. I think that 6.3 is just the easiest way to gain loot and to just progress through, to gain bidders, to then sell custom maps for more prestige tickets. And now here I've modified a little bit the star research to maximize the amount of tickets I would get in the loot especially. So you can see here mining speed as well, as much as possible. And yeah, so this is my new star research, just farming 6.3 from now on. Then up here I got also some more loot rarity and my mining speed for the modifiers and the for Infer. See here, upgrade a lot. And then you can see here the other upgrades, coins generation level 5, just a little bit extra coins, bid drop rate level 7. And then here you can see also splash like level 15, the passive experience. And then here some additional levels for the abilities, making the abilities a bit stronger. And then here I got also another one like level 3. And then here also Crusher. It's another tower that's needed, in 6.3. And yeah, so this as always a voiceover recording. So the first thing I did was the daily quest. Remember to keep on doing it, even if you don't need actually to complete quests anymore, but you still need to get it, because it's gonna be some additional rewards. If you can do days in a row, you get also legendary blueprints. So it's a lot of things that you can gain. So remember always to keep on doing the daily quest and to complete it. And as always, try to do the quests, because these are going to be some additional rewards that you get, right? So why not? And now setting difficulty to as high as possible, and then going on 6.3. So this first gameplay on 6.3, I will not go as quickly, so that you guys can see more in detail what I'm doing. But then for the next gameplays that I'm going to do on this level, I'm going to go super quickly, because it's going to be exactly the same. So here going for the core, more coins generation. So the upgrade here in the center. Then going for minus installation time. And now normally I just wait until my energy bar reaches 5 seconds into 7 energy total. So right now it's where I place the miner. I got a level 1, and I started upgrading splash. And you can see that at the very beginning, because of the fact that I waited some time, there is a lot of loot. And then as time progresses and as I start gaining that loot, then it becomes a lot less frequent. And yeah, this is something that always happens. Now in these early phases on 6.3, I'm playing for the full length of the level. So I'm really trying to play until the boss leaks, pretty much. And now this is because of two things. First of all, I don't really have much loot frequency, and so playing for like the first, 1 minute and then resetting, I don't think it would be worth, because also I would gain very little resources, so I wouldn't be able to get many upgrades. And the second reason is special resources, because I'm using this level to not only gain loot, but also to gain resources, to gain Infer. And as you're gonna see, I'm also gonna place other miners to gain vector, matrix, tensor, and also scalar. So I'm doing two things at once. I'm both farming for the loot, and at the same time I'm farming for resources, because both are gonna be needed for Endless and for research, right? And that's it. I'm just going here upgrading Splash and Crusher whenever I see that some enemies can sneak past. Going for the left side first, going for the more coins, and then going for the extra mining speed as well from the core. Getting another Crusher and another Splash on the left side. And then you can see there, placing Vector and Matrix, and start gaining, like spawning more enemies, but at the same time gaining the resources. Remember that it's not like once you reach a cap in terms of enemies, you don't gain more loot. Like even if you spawn 1,000,000 enemies, you're not gonna gain more loot. So remember about that. It's not about gaining more loot. So I'm not placing these miners to gain more loot, but I'm placing them so that I would get more resources. All right, that's the sole purpose in placing these additional miners. My loot is it's already capped, like, because it's only level 4, so it's only 40% loot frequency. Plus, of course, the start research, it's another 20%, so my total loot frequency is like level 60%. And I think it caps very quickly, like around, I would say like around 60 speed, like it's already capped. So I'm just getting these additional miners for the resources. And going for the other 10,000 coins there on the left side of the core to max splash. You can see there on the right side, level 10. Get the last Infure miner. And then getting Scalar right at the very end. So that's what I normally do. The Scalar is a resource that's mined very fast, but at the same time it spawns regulars. And only Crusher can destroy regulars, so that's why I'm maxing Crusher here, and also that's why some enemies are able to sneak past regardless. And yeah, this was, one of the first gameplays that I'm doing on this level, in this manner. And these are the rewards I was able to gain. So that's a lot of special blueprints, pretty decent amount of bits, considering that I got only loot frequency level 4. And after each time I did 6.3, I went here, I opened the chest, the keys, everything, and then I went into the research to see if I could get something more. And then here, I think at the end of the day, I decided to go for the additional mining speed here. So you can see here, Tensor level 15, and all the other ones also upgraded them a little bit. Upgrading also a little bit of Splash and a little bit of Crusher, and then going on 6.3 again. And for this second gameplay, I'm gonna go very quickly because it's gonna be exactly the same. You guys could see well what I did on the first attempt, and it's again exactly the same. So playing for the full length of the level, waiting until almost 7 of energy, Splash, Crusher, and then going for all the rest of the things. So yeah, it's a pretty straightforward, approach, and yeah. So I know that at this stage the game becomes quite repetitive because of the fact that you just need to do this level over and over. So yeah, it might not be super exciting, but yeah, this is something that has to be done. If you want to progress, you have to just keep on playing like this. Yeah, so going very quickly here, so you can see the progress in the game when you just speed up the level. And then here, I'm gonna do something different for the very end of the level. So do you remember before that I started losing a lot of lives after I placed the Scalar miner? So now I decided to change it and to do something different, and I decided to sell the 2 modifiers that I placed at the center. I decided to sell them and to place a freezing tower, and you can see it right here in a moment that I'm gonna do it. Yeah, here we go. And by being able to slow down the enemies, I was able to survive a lot better, and that's, from now on, this is going to be the strategy that I'm going to use. And here, really not really bothering about research because I just continued upgrading the miners. In this case it was Vector, I think, and Scholar, just bringing them level 15. So from level 10 to level 15, some more mining speed. And again here, just 6.3 right away. So in this episode, I'm gonna show you this level 5 times, because I think that's how many times I did it when I first recorded this video. Then remember, guys, I'm also playing offline. Like I'm still playing it by myself a little bit, because otherwise, like, the progress will become too long. So I'm doing a couple of gameplays, here and then, even without recording. And so that's why every time I'm gonna update you on the research, how much I have it, and so on. And you know, every time I'm playing this level, every time like I'm able to be a little bit more efficient. I'm able to do things a bit better, and you know, being able to destroy more enemies, not messing up, and so on. Here placing freezing, as you can see, a lot earlier than before, and yeah, this was a lot better. No enemies now sneaking through, as you can see. And I also was able to get a lot more resources in, because also I started upgrading the miners, right? So that's why I was able to complete the very last quest. I got one extra endless difficulty as well in terms of percentage. And here I went into the wheel. I'm gonna slow down because I wanted to start getting some more of these research tickets, you know, the red ones. And I got super lucky because I was already able to gain 4 without even, you know, manipulating the wheel, without resetting and all that stuff. And so I used these 4 tickets that I was able to earn to, first of all, upgrade the Infure miner up to level 7 so that I can upgrade it more, right? So that's more speed. And then here I got Splash and the Crusher. So I got one more Splinter for Splash. Yeah, here we got this one. And I got one extra enemy capacity for Crusher. And now playing on 450% difficulty. So I increased the difficulty. You can see now the portal 1260%. But as well, my towers are a little bit stronger because I upgraded them. And yeah, it's always about trying to play on the highest possible difficulty, but at the same time, something that your towers can handle, right? You don't want to play for in a difficulty that is so difficult that you need to spend so many resources on your towers that then you can't really farm properly. So just remember about that. And again, here is going to be 6.3. And this, I think, is the very last gameplay for this episode. Then I'm gonna just create a custom map with all the loot I was able to obtain from these 4 runs plus all the other runs that I did by myself. And I'm gonna create a custom map and I'm gonna sell it for prestige tickets. No, that's the only way how you can continue with the loot frequency. How can you can upgrade it? So yeah, just so every time the strategy is the same here, placing the other miners, not really to increase the loot, but to get the resources. Alright, and now you can see that I upgraded the bottom miner, like level 7. See, Infure, level 7. So yeah, that was because of the additional research I got. So that's a lot more speed. You can see now 149 with the miners counted. So that's a lot more of enemies, and that's especially more resources that I'm able to earn. And that was the very last gameplay here. I got also a rarity ticket. That's nice. Opening the chest here, and I think that was it, because now the main limit is not really resources, but it's like biddes. I can get many upgrades because of the amount of biddes required. So I got level 15 Splash there, you know, adapting to the additional difficulty. And I also got more attack speed here. And then now I'm creating the custom map. So I'm opening all these tiles now. And to have more resources that I could place and sell to maximize, you know, the map price, and to try to gain as many of these prestige tickets as possible. And here, just placing everything that I knew I wouldn't use. I haven't still crafted anything, so so I'm using whatever I'm gaining right away. You know, the resources or the tiles, platforms that have the highest value. Those are the things I'm placing. And yeah, that's just it. So it takes a little bit of time, but not really that much time. And then at the very end, I also placed some teleports as well, because I already had some. You can see over here, and I just placed them. Some additional map price, so why not? Then here choosing a base that has disables research, that has pretty good stats. So I got that one with more damage. And then placing a portal around 340% difficulty should be enough. Here in this case I got one that it's just too high. See that it's for 540. So I changed it into a one with 340%. And thankfully, I didn't even have to reset or to change RNG. I already got super lucky with the RNG, and so I was able to get more than 4,000 score right away. And yeah, that was super nice. So I got the full value from the map price, and yeah. So here we go, and I was able to sell this first map for 550 tickets. Not too bad, right? And that's one additional level on low frequency. And that's it. So this is the end of this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed, and see ya. Bye bye.